Something snapped at Watkins Glen, and if you watched those final laps, you felt it. Because what looked like just another aggressive road course battle turned into one of the most emotional, raw, and honestly revealing NASCAR moments we've seen all season. Bubba Wallace seeing red. Christopher Bell confronting him right there on pit road. Toyota teammates frustrated, confused, and for a moment looking like a garage area civil war was about to break out. And here's the thing, at first, fans thought Bubba just lost his cool. Some thought Bell was overreacting. Some thought this was the beginning of serious tension inside Toyota camp heading into one of the most critical stretches of the season. But stick with me, because once both drivers finally told their side of the story at Dover, everything changed. And honestly, this situation says way more about the current NASCAR playoff pressure cooker than most people realize. And hey, real quick, if you are a true NASCAR fan like me, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe to the channel. NASCAR Nation News is just getting started. We are pushing for our next subscriber milestone, and it's all about real talk from fans who live this sport every week. All right, let's get into it. So let's rewind to Watkins Glen. 15 laps to go. Bubba Wallace is having one of the best road course runs of his career. And I'm just going to say it straight, that's not something people usually associate with Bubba Wallace. Road courses haven't exactly been his bread and butter. Even Bubba himself has joked about it, saying he sucks on road courses. But this time, this was different. This wasn't survival mode. This wasn't damage control. This wasn't just get stage points and move on. No. Bubba was fast. Legit fast, running lap times right there with Tyler Reddick, one of the absolute best road racers in the Cup Series. He had a top 10, maybe even top 8 finish sitting right there. And for a guy fighting every single week to stay alive in the playoff picture, that's massive. That's not just a good day. That's momentum. That's confidence. That's the kind of run that can change an entire season. Then it's all gone. John Hunter Nemechek gets into him entering turn 1, and just like that, Bubba's race is destroyed. And according to Wallace, that's when everything changed. He said, and honestly, this might be one of the most brutally honest quotes of the year. When that happens, you see freaking red, and every racer watching this knows exactly what he means. That moment when all the preparation, all the simulator work, all the film study, all the hours trying to become better gets ripped away in a matter of seconds. And Bubba didn't sugarcoat it. He basically said, at that point, he didn't care who was in front of him. Didn't matter if it was a rival, didn't matter if it was a teammate, didn't matter if it was family. Everybody was getting raced hard. And that is where Christopher Bell enters the story, because Bell suddenly finds Bubba driving him way harder than expected. Aggressive entries, tight exits, no favors, no breathing room, and Bell sitting there thinking, what in the world is going on? Because here's the key detail nobody knew at the time. Bell had no idea Bubba had been spun. None. Bell thought Bubba was just fading on old tires. Maybe struggling. Maybe dropping positions naturally. So from Bell's perspective, his teammate just turned into a bulldog out of nowhere. And after the race, Bell wasn't going to let that slide. He walks right up to Bubba on pit road and asks him directly, what's up? Now, if you're a NASCAR fan, you know pit road conversations can go one of two ways. Either cooler heads prevail or all hell breaks loose. And for a second, it looked like this could get ugly. Toyota teammates, playoff pressure, emotions high, one misunderstanding, that's all it takes. But then we get to Dover, and both drivers finally clear the air. And honestly, this is where the story gets really interesting. Bell tells everyone, we didn't even have a run-in on track. Think about that. No wreck, no retaliation, no payback, no intentional contact. Just one driver racing emotionally, and another driver trying to understand why. Bell said if he hadn't confronted Bubba, Bubba probably wouldn't have even known Bell was upset. That's huge, because what could have turned into months of garage tension was solved with one conversation, one phone call, one honest explanation. Wallace later called Bell Sunday night, and according to both guys, everything's good. No grudges, no drama, no fractured Toyota alliance. But here's the thing, even though this story ends peacefully, it exposes something bigger happening in NASCAR right now. Because this wasn't just Bubba having a bad day, this was pressure, pure pressure, Playoff pressure, sponsor pressure, team pressure, career pressure. And I'm just going to say it straight, Bubba Wallace might be driving more emotionally right now than almost anybody in the Cup garage. Because every race matters, every point matters, every top 10 matters. And when you're finally putting together one of your best road course performances ever, and it gets taken away, yeah, people see red. And if you're 23XI racing, you've got to be paying attention. Because on one hand, you love the passion, you love the fight, you love a driver who refuses to roll over. But on the other hand, can that emotion become a liability in playoff crunch time? That's the million-dollar question. And for Christopher Bell, honestly, this may say even more. Because Bell didn't escalate, didn't throw accusations, didn't create a media circus. He confronted it, got answers, moved on. That's championship-level maturity. And if you're Joe Gibbs Racing, you've got to love seeing that. But now I want to hear from you. Was Bubba Wallace completely justified racing everybody like his season depended on it? Or should a driver never let emotions spill over onto teammates, especially this close to playoff time? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this one is going to split the NASCAR world. And if you love real NASCAR conversations with no corporate filters, make sure you like this video, subscribe to NASCAR Nation News, and join us for the next one.